Hello everyone, welcome back. Today, we're taking a journey through the revelations laid out in the eye-opening book, Poison Spring, The Secret History of Pollution and the EPA, by E.G. Vallianatos and McKay Jenkins. To start, picture this, a country bathed in man-made chemicals. It's a reality we live in today, but it wasn't always this way. The book opens with a shocking revelation. The EPA, the very agency tasked with safeguarding our health and the environment, has been captured by the very industries it's supposed to regulate. How did this happen? Well, it's a tale of political maneuvering, corporate influence, and a systematic dismantling of the agency's mission. Let's break it down. The book highlights how both Democrats and Republicans, influenced by the financial clout of global industries, have facilitated the breakdown of the EPA. The chemical and agricultural industries, with their tens of billions of dollars worth of resources and income, have wielded enormous power. They've preached the gospel of unregulated capitalism, and we've bought it. The result? The entire government seems to be at the service of corporate interests. Now, you might be wondering, what does this mean for us? Well, the book argues that the EPA's decisions, or lack thereof, affect our lives in profound ways. These decisions are often more important and longer lasting than those made by any other government agency. The book focuses primarily on pesticides, herbicides, and other chemicals used on farms and in our homes. These chemicals have frightening effects on human and ecological health that are still largely hidden from public view. Think about this. The book reveals that the EPA's Office of Pesticide Programs, where the regulation of powerful toxins is debated, has been compromised. The chemical pipeline that leads directly onto our food and into our bodies is controlled by industry interests. The book argues that the EPA has become a place where honest science is replaced by dishonest risk assessments and cost-benefit analyses, which prioritize industry interests over public health and the environment. The authors back up their claims by citing secret government documents and their personal experiences from their time at the EPA. For instance, they describe how the EPA approved a promotional slogan for pesticide companies. This insecticide is dedicated to a healthier world. The irony is staggering. The book also delves into the historical context. It explains how, during the Cold War, the government pushed for expanding agribusiness at the expense of the family farm. This shift from small family-run farms to industrial-scale, intensely toxic farms worried ecologists and health experts from the beginning. The authors argue that this transformation was the beginning of a genetic catastrophe. The book doesn't stop there. It exposes the revolving door between government and industry, where officials move back and forth, often prioritizing corporate interests over public welfare. This practice, the authors argue, has compromised the integrity of the EPA and other regulatory bodies. The authors also highlight the human cost of this regulatory failure. They share stories of workers being poisoned by chemicals, like the yellow canaries in New Jersey factories, who knew their time was up when their skin turned yellow. These stories are heartbreaking and serve as a stark reminder of the real people affected by the decisions made, or not made, by the EPA. The book further argues that the EPA's oversight of pesticides is deeply flawed. It describes how the agency relies on industry-supplied data, which is often incomplete or manipulated. This reliance on industry data, the authors claim, has led to a situation where dangerous chemicals are approved for use without adequate testing. The authors also criticize the EPA's approach to tolerance levels for pesticides in food. They argue that these levels are more about providing legal cover for companies than about protecting public health. The book cites numerous examples of the EPA approving pesticides, despite evidence of their harmful effects. So, what can we do? The book encourages us to be informed, to ask questions, and to demand better from our government and the industries that shape our world. It's a call to action for all of us to be more vigilant and to hold those in power accountable. The authors also offered their solutions. They call for a complete overhaul of the EPA, including stricter regulations, more transparency, and a ban on harmful chemicals. They advocate for a return to more sustainable farming practices and a shift away from the industrial model that relies so heavily on toxic chemicals. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. The story of the EPA is a cautionary tale. It's a reminder that without vigilance and public pressure, even the agencies meant to protect us can be corrupted. We must learn from the past and work towards a future where our health and environment are truly safeguarded. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Poison Spring. I hope this episode has inspired you to think critically about the world around you and to take action. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.
This has been a BrightLearn video from BrightLearn.ai on the book Poison Spring, The Secret History of Pollution and the EPA by E.G. Vallianatos and McKay Jenkins. Visit BrightLearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one and naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.